Flat X here once again, Mass Effect Andromeda. So we're at a monolith here and on the planet Eladin, and we have to find the glyphs in order to, access this console.
Guess we need more of those pictures.
All right. So what we do is access this right here, and you see how that changed those things right there. So now they're over there. I think this will do. This is all we need to get up on this one. Alright, there's one glyph. Oop. And let's see what this one does. Oh, okay, it's over there. So if we activate this one again, the ones on the left will then pop on the right. Alright. And then if we do this, I think these will disappear if we do that. No, we're going to have to use it. So they shouldn't disappear. It should be... There should be another one in the middle. No, they did disappear. So maybe if we do it again... There we go. Alright. Now we've got something to climb up on. Alright, so we've got one over here, which, look at there, we don't even have to jump over there. And then there's another one over there. Oh, that fell off. Alright. Alright, so there's no puzzle with this one. The remnant puzzles, there's a trophy for doing 20 of. And it's definitely missable. And I haven't really been keeping track of how many I've been doing. And I haven't really been looking at a guide, which I should have been, because I only want to do one playthrough. And the vaults, most of them are in the vault. And once you complete a vault, you can't get back into it. So you definitely get locked out of them. That's what makes them missable. Is because if you don't get them when you have the opportunity, you will be locked out and not be able to go back and get them later. So I should have been keeping track of this from the beginning, because I don't want to. If I miss any, which from what I looked at, there's 22. I'm just looking at a note on the PSN profiles when I whoops, I hit the wrong button there.
Watch the edges. Sometimes they collapse.
All right, you know what? Shotgun. Man, it's always going to my damn sniper rifle. Hardly ever use that thing, but every time I try to switch, it's going to my sniper rifle. Now notice, in Andromeda, I didn't realize this till just recently, I haven't been using Nova, because in Mass Effect 3, it drained your barrier. Doesn't seem to be draining my barrier in this one, so I went ahead and started using Nova. Charge in Nova. I was trying to use Annihilation, because
I
annihilation
detect above normal
is
temperatures.
a radius around you.
I'm reading a normal.
So I figured if I have annihilation
Normal temperature
active
range
and I
100.
charge,
Life
they should
support
be
is back
getting hit
online.
by annihilation the moment I get, close to them. And I was hoping the charge would then just, like every time I charged, I was hoping it would, be an instant, like, detonation, which kind of should be, but it wasn't working that way. So I took off annihilation and figured I would try out Nova. So I kind of need to respec, because that's the downside to, I keep saying, what makes Mass Effect Andromeda the best is how they really have expanded the skill list. They kind of got back to Mass Effect 1, putting weapon skills back on here, um, along with expanding the actual number of skills and passives. And the fact that you can, before you had hybrids, you had straight combat, straight biotic, straight tech. Those were three classes, and then hybrids, combat, biotic. That would be 4. Combat tech. That would be 5, and then a biotic tech. That would be 6. So there's always been those 6 classes, but now you can even mix all 3 skills, from all 3 categories, and create you, which it's not really classes anymore. They're considered profiles, which you can switch at any time to fit, so that you get bonuses to fit, your current situation. And the rank of these profiles is based on the number of skills you have in each category, which, being able to do all 3, there is an Explorer profile that I've actually got to rank 6, which I believe is the max rank, because it doesn't really say how many more points is necessary to get it higher. So yeah, rank 6 is definitely the highest. So I've got Explorer rank 6, and it's funny because that's the only one I've got rank 6, which means I've got skills. I got my skill points spread out against all 3 skill lines. I was using Vanguard simply because melee attacks restore shields with the Vanguard profile, and it gives you a bonus damage to melee attacks. So I was using charge, and I was going to use melee attacks, but then I figured I would try out Nova. But the downside to this, like, again, just the expanding the skills and getting powers off of the skill list. I mean, not powers. That was dumb. Getting ammo off of the powers list. That's so aggravated me so bad how they made ammo a power. Um, in Mass Effect 2 and 3, that's how it was, but now we're getting back more back to the original Mass Effect, and where ammo is a consumable, which that makes so much sense. So that even makes more sense than Mass Effect 1. So when you activate incendiary ammo, it's only good for like 3 clips. But considering I just put it on my shotgun, I'd have to activate another one to put it on my other weapon. But the thing is, you can have multiple ammos. These are my consumable slots. I can unlock one more. So max you can have on any mission is you can ready up 4 of these consumables. So I can have 4 different types of ammos if I chose to, slot those to fit, any situation. So again, there's just so many ways that this, or I mean, that, as far as the gameplay aspect of it, definitely the best Mass Effect. And plus, this right here, the mobility. But I keep jumping in the damn truck, and I'm trying to. The downside to this is you're limited to 3 powers active at any time. L1, R1, and then both together for 3 powers. There's no more wheel to pull up to choose whatever power you wanted to use. So that's really the downside, is only being able to have 3 powers queued up at a time, and you can't change that during combat. But again, you can, put points into all these passives, set yourself up to where you're using the same 3 most of the time, but then you can always swap it up to fit, your situation, depending on what mission you're on, stuff like that. So I mean, it really is still, even though you're kind of, the downside to that is limited to those 3 powers, it's still the best Mass Effect yet. It's such a shame that the story was basically just not given any, like, I was just watching a video from the actors from Baldur's Gate 3, which is a great game, released last year, been out for a year now.
Every time you
And
say that, I believe you less.
it was the actor that played Starion, even made the comment about what a great project it was, and how, just as an actor, how much more they were, how many other things they were involved. So they weren't just acting; they were actually involved in other things as well. And he mentioned that, passion, like having a passion for what you're doing, and that's what this game lacks. That there was just no love in this project. It's like they did it just because they felt like they had to, because they pissed fans off so bad with the ending of Mass Effect 3. I mean, honestly, I don't think they ever intended to make any more Mass Effect. I think they were literally, after they made 3, they kind of ended it in a way, okay, we're done, thanks for playing. And it's just, and then they moved on to that Anthem project, which was a complete and total flop, as it should have been, because what they did to Mass Effect was just absolute stupidity. So that's what this game lacks, and what makes it the worst is it lacks passion. It lacks any sort of love from the developers. Now, as far as those that made advancement in the actual gameplay, adding the, oh shit, there, ooh, look at there. So again, that kind of stuff right there. I mean, at least somebody was still like doing good work, At least somebody still had some type of, love for what they were doing to make it in some degree the best. They made the improvements, expanded those skills, expanded the mobility and gameplay. But again, there was just no passion behind this project. It was just, oh, fine, okay, we'll do another one. You know what I mean? And then they kind of just threw crumbs at it, is what happened. I mean, there's videos out there that I've watched from years ago when the game was first released with all the bugs, and that's really what gives it such a bad reputation. It isn't just the bad story. I mean, right from the get-go when it was released, it was so full of bugs. That's all you could find on the game was just, it was like a laughing stock of, like, people were just putting out videos just for comedy. I mean, it's just like, what a joke. I need to get rid of some of this stuff real quick. Oh, for God's sakes. That's good enough for right now. I'll deal with this at the end of the episode. I just deleted stuff. What the hell? Oh, wait a minute. I have the maximum numbers of stacked items is what it's saying. Yeah, I didn't think, I kind of thought I had more items. I just now noticed I didn't even need to destroy all that stuff, which I didn't need it anyway, so it's all good. But I'm only at 126 out of 200. I just didn't realize, like, I haven't been using these. I've been solving the puzzle. These decryption keys are to solve the puzzle without having to solve the puzzle. But that just means that I've got the maximum number I can carry at one time. Dude, what the heck? Can you get up there, please? Thank you. So that's why, like, as fun as this is to play, because of the improvements that were made from somebody that was still, you know, have some kind of interest in, you know, making, a good game. Apparently, just not everybody. It was really the resources. So I shouldn't really bash the people that did work on it. It was just really, EA. BioWare's, acquired by EA now. And so it's not really BioWare, it's really EA just did not give it its proper due
Looks
to
like
make
the
a
base
good
barracks got
game.
its eye on.
You have well located, good view of the surrounding area. I can see why they want it.
So it's just really hard to do a full playthrough and keep interest. Oh, good. Track. Now Drac is the exception. Drac is awesome. Alright, now. Whoever's shooting at me. I can literally sit here and melee a mess because it was repaired. It was, that Vanguard,
Temperature levels are fine, Pathfinder.
that Vanguard
Temperature is normal.
profile was restoring my shields, or in this case, barriers. But I think mechs can, you gotta be careful with that, because I think mechs can one-shot you. They'll, like, pick you up and just crush you. Yeah, I think I've only got 1 point into that, because I was just seeing... That was really an experiment to see if it was still draining barriers. And it's not. Because with Mass Effect 3, I wasn't using it before, because in Mass Effect 3, it does drain your barriers.
Yeah. Still hot. Is that all of them? That was way too easy.
Shuttle spotted incoming.
Alright, there we
Get
go.
ready to fight!
Oh, I wish I still had grenades. They took grenades off.
Place is swarming. Explains why Barrett wasn't willing to take the risk himself.
Oh, that was a punch. Knocked him across the...
We need to get out of this heat zone.
Oh, damn it, wrong button. My kill, Drac. My kill. Back off. I love Drac. He's like the best companion ever. Like, sorry, Garrus, Drac. But Drac and Garrus together, now that would be cool. But no, we're 600, years in the future, and 600 years away from where Garrus was. Stupid. That's just, the story is just so, the writing is just so freaking horrible, man. I mean, the fact that we're 600 years away and 600 years later is just such lazy and piss poor job. It's like they screwed up so bad with the ending of Mass Effect 3. They were like, okay. Here's what we'll do. We'll just travel so far away, so far in the future, people will just forget about, the Shepard trilogy. No.
Temperature levels are climbing, Pathfinder. I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
Just absolutely stupid. And then this Mass Effect project they're working on now, of course, will probably not even acknowledge the fucking Andromeda initiative. This will be just a project they just completely ignore and try to like wipe under the rug, like, what? Andromeda? Now, did we do that?
I detect
Like,
above normal temperatures. I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, no. I mean, I've already seen some stuff. People are kind of excited about, is Shepard going to return? And it's like, dude, Shepard is dead. Like, 3 games with Shepard, okay? Like, I would like to pick my own. I would like to create my own character. I mean, shit, maybe I want to play a Krogan.
I don't think we'll last much longer.
Or a Solarian, you know what I mean? I want to create my own character. I want to pick my race. And then the way they've got the skill progression, you don't even have to pick a class. The way they've got the skill progression now is just great. It's just like Skyrim. You can develop whatever skills you want to develop. Of course, now in Skyrim, it's like you already have the skills. You don't have to put any points into them. You just have to use them to level them
The
up.
Outlaws built some kind of tech. They'll be looking to
All right, hang on. Let me make sure. That is locked away. But this right here,
defend it.
like, I don't understand. I mean, I went all... Did I not go into that building?
Life support is stable. Heat levels increasing. Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits.
Okay, it was a terminal.
Hey, Pathfinder, you still alive? The base is clear, like you wanted. Excellent. We'll start preparations for the move immediately. Come by when you can. We might have some stuff hoarded around here that you could use. Barrett, out.
There we go, level 60. Now I can... of course, now I've already found one. I pulled rank 7, which I still haven't swapped it out. That's another thing that is kind of stupid, though, is like all this stuff in my inventory, I can't just change what I've got equipped. I literally have to go to one of those forward stations to access loadout and change my weapons through the loadout. I can't just go to inventory and swap out my weapons, which is kind of ridiculous. No, it is ridiculous. It's not kind of ridiculous. It absolutely is ridiculous.
Pathfinder, I advise caution. Remnant activity may be hostile.
Oh. Look at there. Is this thing even on the map? Nope. Uh-oh. thought I got that. Oh, okay now. Are you telling me I went down there and I was running my mouse so much? Oh, no, that's right. It's that stacked item that it wouldn't let me loot it, so it's not going to go away. Well, shit, I came all the way back over here for nothing. It's like when I saw that, I'm like, dude, there's no way I went down there and was just talking so much that I didn't even loot that. But now I remember it was just,
Looks like the kid was pretty upset with you.
The usual. Curfew's unfair. Staying back in the Nexus where it's safe is unfair. Everything's unfair. She hates me.
She pulled a "you're not my mom" line?
Not this time.
Ah, you're doing fine.
okay, we're not ready to go in there yet. Which, I've only activated one. This might not be the vault because I've only activated like one monolith. This shouldn't be open unless this is just some kind of side thing. That's the only monolith I've activated. Well, I'm not going in there now. We'll have to come back to it. But I think what I was saying at the beginning of the episode is there's 20 of those puzzles to solve for a trophy. There's only 22 in the game. And they're definitely missable, so you kind of need to make sure that you are, you know, getting them all. I know I've been trying to make sure that I do everything in a vault before I, you know, leave, before I activate the thing that, you know, you got to run and then get locked out. The purification thing or whatever. Alright, what the heck is this thing? Now it's up there. Alright, let's get out. Get out of the truck. Look around. There should be a blue beam. Now it's down. There it is. That's their weak spot on their back right there. Okay, that's the flop house. This is like a major bandit base. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the flop house. Actually, I think I'll wait.
Understanding how shit works.
I think I'll wait till the next episode. I don't want to split it up. I mean, it shouldn't take more than 30 minutes, but it is a big place.
Here, everything's new. You can't play the system when you don't know what it is.
I don't know
Hear
about
what
that. The
Vitra's
way
saying.
the Nexus treated us Krogan seems like the system came with us.
So go ahead and like and subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and stay tuned for next episode where we're going to hit that flop house. And, I mean, I'm not done yet, but go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Join the likers. Be a subscriber. Next, after I've finished with this playthrough, I'm going to do Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries Platinum Trophy playthrough, and that's really I'm doing that one next because Mech Warrior 5 Clans,
Pathfinder,
which is a
Scourge
new
has reached this remnant
standalone
site. Hostile
game.
activity
It's not a
present.
DLC. For whatever reason, they kept the title Mech Warrior 5. Is kind of odd, but it's Mech Warrior 5 Clans. Will be coming out next month, and excited about that. So I'm going to go ahead and
Got them all.
do the Platinum Trophy for Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. But again, the Clans is not a DLC and is a new game.
That was fun.
What it is, Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries, you're a mercenary group that travels around through the 5 houses of the Inner Sphere. And actually there's a 6th house that pops up later on in the timeline. Which, with the DLC, you can jump straight to that. Like, you can select that as your starting point. Not for the campaign and storyline, but, for just creating a new mercenary group, you can kind of choose what area you start in. And so if you choose the 6th house that pops up later in the timeline, it immediately just starts you at that point in the timeline.
You know the drill. Go find those cores.
But anyway, so the Inner Sphere is, it starts out at 5 houses, but then later becomes 6 houses. And
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
what Mech Warrior 5 Clans is in the history of that, in that game's history, there was this guy named General Kerensky that led an expedition outside the Inner Sphere, and they basically disappeared and hadn't been heard from. And I'm not, really big on the lore, so I don't know exactly how far in the history, like couple hundred years. Like, I don't know exactly, what years we're talking about when the expedition left, and then when the clan invasion begins. So that's what this is. Mech Warrior 5 Clans is the clan invasion of the Inner Sphere, which the clans, I think, are presumed to be the descendants of that expedition led by General Kerensky. And according to the lore of the game, at the time that General Kerensky led that expedition, the technology was much more advanced than what it was, when you start playing mercenaries in the Inner Sphere. Because of the succession wars, they lost a lot of, their technology.
That's it.
Pathfinder.
So the clans have that
Final site. Energy levels.
that more advanced technology from before the succession wars, and then, like, however many years they've been gone, maybe they've even improved it, over the years. But so the clan technology is much more advanced than that of the Inner Sphere. So it's always fun, getting those clan mechs and using those clan mechs and clan weaponry. So anyway, I'm looking forward to this, but I always preferred to be, because when I was playing on the PC, one of my favorite games was Mech Commander, where it was a real-time strategy game where you were commanding, whole lances and whole, like, the mission determined, the drop weight, each mission had a limit to the drop weight. So how heavy the mechs are, how many of the mechs. So you were commanding, whole lances, and that's like a squad.
Life support is back online.
Of mechs and pilots. So I really enjoyed that. But I always preferred to start out with Inner Sphere mechs and then engage clan mechs and salvage those clan mechs and then use those clan mechs myself. That's a little more interesting to me than just starting out with the more advanced, clan technology. But anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that game. So I'm going to play MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, get the Platinum Trophy.
Look, it's easy. You just pull
Hopefully
the hinge back and snap
before
the upgrade straight
Clans
on
is
the barrel.
released, and hopefully by the
Doesn't seem
time
secure.
Clans is
It's
released,
secure. I promise.
Back in
got
my
maybe
day,
3-4
upgrades
weeks
were handmade,
before that happens.
custom fitted.
It should
None
be
of this
early
off the
October,
rack snapped
and
together.
I'm hoping to live stream. Like, I got some stuff to do to get set up for live streaming on my end. I'm just
Don't
not
say
really,
uphill both ways. Don't say it.
Turn-ins didn't used to be so damn
a
lippy
comfortable live streaming setting at this moment. So, but hopefully within the next month, and I start playing MechWarrior 5 Clans, I'll be live streaming. And then Veilguard is set to release at the end of next month. But honestly, I'm just not even interested. Which is crazy because
now
I love
just-
Dragon Age.
Uh-oh.
I love Mass Effect. But again, like, it's been 7 years since this game was released. There was no passion to it. They just threw crumbs at it just to appease the fan base, to then just to literally let down the fan base. And I mean, it's just kind of a betrayal. Kind of like not a knife in the back, like literally they just stuck it right in your gut and are twisting it. It's pretty sick that they would do. Like, I mean, it's kind of stupid business-wise. It's just absolute stupidity from a business aspect, from a even developer aspect. I mean, to just throw crumbs at a project like this. I mean, the people that worked on it, I mean, some people might have been doing it because the advancements that were made were great, but then I need to quit talking about it. It's just, it's frustrating. But I think, if I could be mistaken, I hope I'm mistaken, but I think the purchase price of Veilguard is going to be $90. And if they think I'm going to follow along with the 50% inflation increase on everything, including new games, no. Games go down in price, especially BioWare games, have been going down in price within 1 year. Not just going down, but literally like bottoming out. Like that game Anthem that they shit on this game making Anthem, and it was $10 in less than a year. So that's a real good business model, guys. That's the way to make money. Oh, come on. There.
are safe.
You dodged a big one, Ryder. Thank you.
Where's my truck? Where's my truck? There it is. That's at the flop house, and again, I'll hit the flop house in the next episode. So I could go here, get these boxes, get that, maybe hit that monolith. There's a monolith right there too. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump on up here.
I detect above normal temperatures.
Made 6 new sounds getting out of bed this morning. Creaks and just things moving. You get that, Vetra?
No, I don't get that. And I sure don't talk about it.
Well, if you don't get it, then why would you talk about it? Oh, look at that! Knocked me over. All right, big boy. Here, you want to dance? Well, those things can definitely one-shot you. I would not recommend meleeing them. They'll literally pick you up and eat you. Okay.
Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters. Life support is back online.
Come on. Get up there. Wait, there might be, nope, yep. Turn around. Turn around. There we go.
Temperatures are within acceptable limits. Life support is back online.
Alright, so we've got one there, one there. Let's go ahead and hit these things. While we're up here, one, two. Is it just the two? No, there's one over there too. And that one looks a little trickier to get to. Maybe I can get to it from here. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Oh, that's right here, okay. Not tricky at all.
Should be enough glyphs.
Alright, so here we go with the puzzle. Okay, so on these, because I'm recording, just to make it quick and not eat up my recording time, I certainly wouldn't want the time to run out mid-puzzle, so I'm using using the IGN website right now. And again, you can use those decryption keys, which I already got as many as I can hold. So I mean, I could use those decryption keys, but I figure also for the sake of the video, go ahead and just provide the solution here. Whether you use this video or you use the IGN website, you know, you've got multiple sources of finding these solutions. So there it is.
Interface accepted.
I mean, I've done this before. This isn't my first time. So, I mean, I like to solve those things myself. It's fun. I enjoy that kind of stuff. You know, I like challenges. So, I mean, I do prefer solving them myself. But again, for sake of it's not like I haven't done it already. And just for sake of time and the video, you know, I just do the quick thing. I don't know if these things can one-shot you or not. The fiends can, the big ones can. Alright, where's the truck? Where's the truck? Okay, so now head there.
We need to get out of this heat zone.
And, you know, using the IGN website, I mean, they're listed by planet and then all the puzzles on that planet. So using the IGN website is actually a good idea just to make sure you get them all. As far as keeping track of which ones you've got, that way you can just go right down the list. Because it's kind of in order of the way you're going to land on the planets anyway. With the exception of Vold and Havarl, you get the choice of which one to go to first. You know, they pretty much pop up at the same time. I went to Vold first, then Havarl. But, you know, again, if you go to Havarl first, I mean, you can do that.
Key
Okay,
levels
I've done this whole melee recharging shields. That's cool. It's fun. But you know what? I'm gonna go to explore. I don't really have any tech powers though, but I need to respec. Because basically a lot of what I was doing was for trophies, like the assault turret and the Remnant 6. There's trophy for, well, for both, for, you know, using the Remnant 6, and then, or actually, it's telling the Remnant 6 to attack each type of Remnant enemy, including the Architects and Destroyers. But then there's also a trophy for like getting 100, get your constructs killing 100 enemies. So both of these are constructs, and you can use both of them at the same time. So I've already done that. So I don't really think I'm going to be using those going forward. Which, I mean, the remnants, it kind of follows you. The turret you throw up and it's stationary, but the Remnant 6 actually follows you. And there's a trophy for being cloaked and charging while cloaked. I've got that already. I've already respec'd since I got that, apparently. But I should probably respec now that I've got all those trophies out of the way. Now the only trophies remaining are really just the storyline, just finishing the game. Just playing through the story, getting all those 20 puzzles. No, I think there's 22. So you got to get, I mean, there's a couple that you can miss, but that's about it. What was I doing? I was using Nova. Let's go ahead and boost up Nova before I respec. Just figure out if I even want to keep using it or not.
life support at 100%.
Alright, hang on, there's an upstairs over here. Oh look, the guy knocked out the window. Well, one thing about that punch, I don't know if it's the biotics, you know, doing that punch, and I do have the biotic amp on. So that might actually be what's knocking them back so far, is the fact that I'm using the biotic amp as a melee weapon. So it's kind of cool, like, doing this biotic punch that's, like, literally knocking them back, like, 20 feet. That was it. Pretty much waste of time, actually. Anyway, let's get out of here. Actually, I feel like the ones that worked on making this the best Mass Effect and what the work that they did, you know, putting their effort in to make a great game, and you know, really improve the whole character, you know, skill progression and customization, and fix the buffoonery of making ammo a power, and, you know, fixed all that shit, bringing weapon skill line back. I feel like they're the ones that should file the lawsuit against EA for making such a shitty product, which made their work just, I'm not going to say pointless, because again, I'm playing this game not just to get the platinum trophy, but I mean, it's fun to play, but the shittiness of it just kind of drains the whole, it made their hard work, it just diminishes their hard work on what, you know, they did to make a great game. You know, again, somebody put in the due diligence to make it great, and, you know, but I mean, it's a team effort. And then there was just, the resources was not devoted to this project. Again, they just threw crumbs at it, acted like, you know, just kind of did it to appease an angry fan base, because, again, I don't think they ever intended to make any more. But the fan rage was so high, they were like, oh, well, shit, maybe we need to keep making more Mass Effects. Yeah, okay, we'll make one, but it's like, why bother if you're just going to shit on it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, again, I need to quit talking about it. It's just really depressing. Where the fuck is this damn thing? Got it marked. It's below me. Oh, I see it. See the little blue line there? For some reason, I was thinking it was all the way up on top. There we go. I'm in reverse. It means stop moving. All right, so now this is a derelict remnant ship, which we'll come back to later after the flop house. Might not be
That's
the
a
next
crashed remnant
episode, but
ship.
maybe the one after
Heat
that.
levels increasing.
So I think I might just save that, since it's up there. I'll come back for that chest when I come back to the derelict ship.
Activating automated forward
Alright.
station deployment.
We'll activate that. And this is going to end this episode. Again, we'll come back to that later. So I'm going to swing around down here. Go ahead and activate that monolith, and then hit the flop house in the next episode. So I'm going to end it right here. And something I haven't been doing, though, is checking the terminal on these. So each time you set down a new one, it kind of adds like an update to the terminal here.
Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system. I'm reading
There's
a
the
normal temperature range,
loadout,
Pathfinder.
which I never did swap out my new Piranha. Even got a Crusader. Could give the Crusader a shot, but no, I like the Piranha. The Piranha is awesome. Barrel. I want to go melee or ammo. Apparently I'm going to go melee. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you next time.